Lee Child lost his job as a television director. He started writing novels about a guy named Jack Reacher, and millions of readers are glad he did. Many of his 18 Jack Reacher thrillers have gone to #1 on the New York Times bestseller list. All have been optioned for major motion pictures, the first of which was released in December 2012 with Tom Cruise playing the title role. Lee Child joins us now to tell us about Jack Reacher's latest adventure. Welcome back to Talk of the Town. Nice to visit with you again.
Lovely to be back.
Okay, so number 19 is called Personal. What adventures are we finding for Jack Reacher this time?
Well, it all starts with a personal ad in the Army Times newspaper where Reacher finds an abandoned copy on a bus. He leafs through it like you do, and there's a personal ad in it for him. It says he must call this guy that he used to know. And he owes this guy a favor, so he can't get out of the obligation. So he gets off the bus, he calls the guy, and within seconds he's in the middle of an international manhunt for a sniper who's recently been operating in Paris, France. So that's really the first difference with this book, is that for once I've decided to give him a bit of international glamour. Instead of just hanging around the back roads of America, this time he's off to Paris, France, London, England, which is kind of fun for me because, you know, he's such a fish out of water generally. Can you imagine how much of a fish out of water he is in Paris? It was a lot of fun to write those scenes.
I bet it was. It's got to be interesting doing your 19th book with the same character, because you have to keep it familiar for folks who love Jack Reacher, and yet you have to make it different enough to keep it interesting.
Exactly. That was, I always think of what my old dad used to say. He was an Irishman, and when he was picking a book, I used to say, "What is it you're looking for here?" And he said, "The same, but different." And that's how it has to be. Obviously, it's the same because it has Jack Reacher in it, and there's going to be a problem, and Reacher's going to try and solve the problem. But the whole rest of it can be completely different, which is why I left this one. You know, Paris and London, that was very different for Reacher. Previously, he's just been in little towns and so on, or New York, or here or there. But this time, he was, you know, he's gotten on a plane. He's experiencing Europe, and so that's what keeps it fresh for me. That every book fundamentally can be completely different.
What do you think is so appealing about the character of Jack Reacher?
I think there's two things in that. One is that he has no commitments. He can just walk away and be somewhere else tomorrow, which I think is a wish that we all share in a way. You know, we're so burdened down. We have responsibilities, we have jobs, we have mortgages, we have families. Wouldn't it be great just to walk away? And that's what he does. And I think people really like that. The other thing is that he does the right thing. If he sees the little guy in trouble, he will stop and help. He will do the right thing no matter the cost. And again, that's a very human impulse. We would all love to do that. But of course, we can't necessarily do it because maybe we don't have the skills or the physique, or maybe it's at work where we'd get in trouble or whatever. But to see it done on the page, I think, is very reassuring, very inspiring. So that's why people love to see him do it.
Your book translates so well to a movie. Jack Reacher, the first movie, was a big hit starring Tom Cruise. Can we expect another one coming soon?
Yeah, they say they're going to start shooting another one next spring, and I'm really looking forward to it because you're right, it was a lot of fun for me, that movie. I was involved just as a friend of the production, really, and they were fun people, and we had a really good time, and yeah, I would love to do it all over again.
Well, we're looking forward to that, and I'm really looking forward to reading this latest book, too. I'm a big fan. Thanks so much for being with us today.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you.
All right, the new book is called Personal. You can find out more online at leechild.com.